Hi, this is My Keys to Music and I'm Mark. In this video we're going to take a quick look at the Ultimate Support AX-48 Pro keyboard stand. This is a keyboard stand that can support one or two keyboards. Traditionally it's purchased to support two keyboards, but it can easily support one. This stand is something I've been using for years, literally 26, 27 years now, and I just bought this new one. It was time. So let's take a close look at some of the features and aspects. And I've used it on a few gigs so far, actually, and I can report back here in a minute. So join me now and we'll take a look. Okay, before we actually take a look at the brand new stand, I thought we would take a minute and look at my original Apex from Ultimate Support. This was purchased somewhere around 1991, I believe, making it 27 years old now. This is 2018. Is it? Yeah, it's 2018. So let's take a look at what the stand was like. And not just because we want to be nostalgic, but because we want to see the durability over those great many years. And by looking at the older stand, you're actually going to get to learn all the similar features of the new stand because there's a lot of similarities in the design and a lot of differences as well. So let's take a look at that. So here you can see my original keyboard stand. The sticker, the Ultimate sticker, actually wore off. And at some point or another, I actually painted this black, but it was a total hack job and the paint pretty much never really stuck onto the metal. So of course I didn't know what I was doing, but it was a quick fix. You can see here the scratches because at some point or another I gave up on using the case. I was young, I was in a hurry, and I didn't always want to pack it back up. So these are the prices you pay for not doing that sort of thing. There's a tiny bit of separation there between the plastic and the metal that you can see. Now here's the chamber that holds the arms. And you can see if you take a look at where my finger's pointing, there's some thin separators that separate each chamber for each arm, and they're quite thin back then. So it actually broke at one point or another, and I'm using Scotch tape to remedy that, and actually that worked pretty well. But prior to me remedying it, the arms would fall all the way into the chamber, and you'd have to actually disassemble the stand to get the arm out. But they've since fixed that issue, and now it's much thicker. Here I'm showing you the hinge, which lasted through those years, over thousands of opens. And here we're taking a look at the original design for the boom mic stand that affixed to the side of the keyboard stand. It was actually quite easy to operate. It was an optional accessory that you could purchase, and it's part of the whole mechanism that holds the arms, and it became a great boom stand. The problem with that is when you would pound on the keyboards, you would actually hear some of that noise transfer right up through the mic stand and would pick it up in the mic. So that was the only bad part of that design. Here I'm showing you the wear and tear on the arms themselves. The rubber has completely come off, and you'd sort of expect that after over 800 gigs were performed on this stand. I keep a log of all my gigs, so this one saw 800 gigs over 27 years, so that's what it looks like after normal wear and tear, but still good, and I could actually technically still use the stand. There's really nothing so broken on it that I can't use it. Here I'm showing you some more of the wear and tear with some close-ups. Now below here is this is a convenient clip to hold your cables. So you put your cables down through this clip and it hides them along the stand, which is very nice. And in a minute here I'm going to show you that one of the clips actually broke because if you pull on it too hard, let's say I was in a hurry and I yanked the cord, it broke the clip. So I think the new clips are slightly better, although I suppose with enough pull you could ruin it. Now here I'm showing you where the original handle, those are basically the screw fixtures for the original handle, and that broke. And I think the original design wasn't nearly as good as today's design, which you'll see here in a second. The handle that they've improved is much more durable. And here's that broken clip I was mentioning earlier. So if you pull a little too hard, those clips could in fact break, although it would take some doing. Now I'm showing you a mechanism for stabilization. So you just unscrew this little simple stabilizer, push it down. Let's say you're on a carpet versus cement or an uneven pavement. You can use that to help stabilize the stand in general. And here's a better shot of the bottom of that and the foot worn out there in the front. The mechanism after 27 years is still working. So these arms or the feet of the stand still go in and out just like they did when it was new, essentially, which is really remarkable when you think about, probably well over 1,000 times I've opened and closed this, even though it's been about 800 gigs. I'm sure I've opened and closed it, moved the stand here and there as you do final adjustments. Now here is a picture of the new stand. Let me just pause on that for a second. The new stand is less triangular. It's more rounded, more space-aged. And the sticker is also a little bit bigger, which I think is fine. And you can see the arms and the braces that hold the arms are largely the same design. I think the new arms are even more durable and more stable, slightly. There's a kind of a side angle of the handle, which is just so much more improved from what it was in the old days. And there's the feet. And now here I'm going to show you the proper way to extend the feet, or at least my way of doing it. You simply push the button, extend it, pound it down. It takes a little bit of force, because the advantage of pounding it down and locking it like that is so that the feet don't come up on themselves when you're moving the stand upside down to its final position. Getting it in is just as easy, and if you stay towards the end of the video, I'm going to show you an even better way, in my opinion, to fold those legs back in rather than turning it upside down and folding it. You'll see here a nice way of doing it. Now here's the top chamber. And you'll see here that it's actually got some resistance to close it, which is a good thing. It means those arms are going to stay put and that chamber is going to stay closed. But opening it is a snap. Just put your finger in, open it up, and pull the arms out just like that. You can see if you take a close look, if you take a close look right in here, you can see that these separators are much thicker in the new version. So you're not going to have that problem where this breaks and then the arms accidentally go into the stand and you have to take it all apart. So I think that's a much improved design on how these are held. And you can see here this curve. This is how you get the arms into the arm braces, or the brackets, if you will. The other thing to note is that this new improved design here on this hinge is really much better than the old design, because you're not going plastic on plastic in terms of just a simple fold. You've got an official hinge here, which is going to make that much more durable. And while we're on the subject, over here is an optional accessory, and you can see here the beginnings of what looks like a boom stand holder, and that's what this is. This is for the mic stand, for the boom mic. And you can purchase this stand either with the accessory for the mic or without. Or you could purchase it without and buy the accessory later. That's no problem. And I've got links for all the different flavors of this stand below the video. So click on those and check that out, and you'll get some latest pricing and figure out where you can buy those. Those are Amazon links. And let's keep going on this and see what else we have to look at. Yeah, so I'm pulling out the arm. Very easy to do. Closing this up. Snap it down. All right, and then here you're about to see me put the arm into the arm holder, or the brace. I'm not even sure. I'm sure there's an official name for it, but I don't have it offhand. And watch this. You simply just angle it, a steep angle, put it in, and it just slides right in like that. And these guys are very sturdy. And the rubber stickers, not stickers, but the rubber, I don't know what you call them, the rubber things on the arms are very effective. Now back to that boom stand, you're seeing the washer, the adjustable washer, which stabilizes it. And all you do is loosen the boom stand to the point where you can move the small screw, and then you just screw it on just like that. You have to loosen it just so in order for that bottom screw to turn like you're seeing it there. If you're loosening the boom arm. Okay, now I'm tightening the boom arm. Here you can see. And I'm going to zoom out here in a second so you can see a better look at that. Yeah, here is the arm, and I'm just tightening that up, and you can move it up and down. It's fully adjustable, as you'd expect any boom mic stand to be. And then it has this nice retractable or extendable part of it, which is super easy. It's a one-click wonder, if you will, or one-pull wonder. Here you can see I'm attaching my own mic clip. It does not come with a mic clip. This is my own mic clip that I've used. I'm sure it works with any mic clip. They're all standard sizing. And this also has a silver washer as well to stabilize that mic clip, just like you see here. All right, and let's grab my trusty 1980s SM58 mic, occasionally I do background vocals, and this mic gets the job done. And this boom stand is convenient, super convenient. Then now you don't have to bring a separate boom stand and monkey with all that. You have your boom stand affixed right to your keyboard stand, which is, in my opinion, not only cleaner, but actually easier. And there's a good look at the entire setup there. And then based on how tall you are or how far back you play when you're performing, you can extend that mic. You can adjust it higher or lower. You can extend it using that arm that you saw earlier. All right, let's take a closer look at the handle. You can see a much improved hard plastic design, still adjustable. I can move the handle up and down, and you're going to want to do that so you can center it against the gravity in terms of getting the stand position. And here's a good look at that new clip, which hides your cables. You can put your cables down through that clip, and it makes it very convenient and very easy to hide. Here's a good close-up of the adjustment for the, you can see it going down there, just like that. You'll want to adjust this up and down with the keyboard off the stand. I've done it a few times with the keyboard on the stand, and it's not so easy. Unless you have another person holding the keyboard while you make the adjustment up and down, that's fine. But you'll want to adjust it with the keyboard off. The hard part about adjusting it with the keyboard off is it's sometimes hard to get that level left and right. All right, and there's a good look at a side shot there. All right, now let's take a look at folding those legs. I promised you I'd show you a really cool way of doing it. Watch this. You just pick it up, and you can see that the legs stay affixed. And then just take one foot, pound them down like that. Let gravity do the rest. Let them adjust, slide down, and lock. And just like that, within 4 or 5 seconds, you've got your entire stand collapsed and ready to go. You can see here that I've got the handle slightly too low on the stand. It's kind of bending forward a touch, not a big deal. And then here I'm going to show you what it's like folding it in the convenient gig bag that they provide, depending on what the configuration you buy it at. All right, and I'm going to zip that up. It wasn't that hard to do. I chose to put the feet in first and then the top, but I think you could go either way. And then this is the boom stand, which fits conveniently on the side pocket. So now you've got all of that in one single bag. And then you have the handle, which then Velcros together, and you can pick it up like that. You do get the strap as well, the shoulder strap, which is also quite convenient. And putting that on your shoulder is how I use it 9 times out of 10. Just put it on your shoulder, walk into the gig, and hold it while you have it on the shoulder, and that makes the complete package very mobile. The stand is fairly heavy. I've got the weight here shown. Okay, now let's take a look at some other configurations. You can get this stand in silver, which I think is extremely sexy. It really does look awesome. Okay, and here's what the arms look like. The black against the silver is kind of a cool look. Here's a good look at the handle against the silver, the top mechanism against the silver, and the feet. So you get the black feet. I think it's a nice combination of silver and black. It's not all silver, it's not all black. I think it's really unique. This is what it looks like folded, and I think that is a hot look there for that. And this is what it looks like with some keyboards on there. So that's the silver stand. So the configuration I chose to purchase was the black stand with the boom mic and the bag. And I think I didn't go silver. I wasn't quite as adventurous. In looking back, I think I might have gone with the silver just to mix things up. I've had black for 27 years. So it would be nice maybe to do a change, but I'm not at all disappointed with the black stand. In fact, if you have a black keyboard stand, your red Nord keyboards will really show up. Have a look at the links down below if you want to get some latest pricing and availability. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this content, if this video was helpful for you, both in terms of how to use the stand as well as a little bit more about it. And we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.